Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. And I've completely forgotten. I'm really apologising now because it's 8:40. It's the first time I've given you a time check, I think, all hour. We've had Liam Tomsett waiting to talk to us for about 10 minutes, and I must apologise.
Sorry, Liam.
Sorry, Liam. I didn't realise. I wasn't sure that you were here. Anyway, Donald McLeod, thank you very much indeed. Good to see you.
Yeah.
We'll get stuck into the Buckfast a bit later on. We'll do a bit of Plank of the Week. We'll do Plank of the Day coming up as well. Let's talk to Liam Tomsett, though. He's from Crowborough Says No. You'll be familiar, of course, with the story about Crowborough. This is where a bunch of men, 540 men to be precise, are going to be put into a disused army barracks by the Home Office because they think it's better than putting them into a migrant hotel. Clearly isn't. The people of Crowborough are revolting about it. Liam, very good morning to you. Terribly sorry to keep you waiting, man.
No problem at all. Thank you for having us.
Not at all. So tell us, I understand there's another demonstration coming up this Sunday. What's the situation? How many men are currently in the barracks?
I think that's the problem. We just don't know. There's no information coming to us freely. They brought in 27 last week under the cover of night and police escort.
Yeah.
And since then, we just don't know. We've seen taxis going in and out. We've seen possibly a bus going, but just there's no information available to us, unfortunately. So that's another issue, isn't it?
No, it is, yeah. And if you go down to where, say, the gates are of this place, this barracks, I mean, what would you see? What can you describe to me it's like? Does it look secure? Does it look like you can wander in? What's the story?
So you couldn't wander in. You struggle to wander in there. They're protecting it. They've got security there. Just for clarity, I can't go down there at the moment, but other people are going there. So yeah, I think people have been standing outside it demonstrating, but unfortunately we've seen what we've seen around the country with the two-tier policing, and people have been getting arrested and for just standing there.
Right. So is the view of the police that it's illegal to sort of picket it, if you like?
I think they're looking for reasons.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for reasons like if you're stopped in the highway, breach of the peace.
Right.
This is not new, Mike, is it? Unfortunately, this is a very similar thing to Epping. It's almost mirrors it, unfortunately.
Right. And I mean, in terms of the police and the policing of it, presumably they're having to bring police in from outside of Crowborough, yes. Are they?
Yeah, there's not enough police in Crowborough. I see Shabana and Mahmood done an interview yesterday saying that they were putting funds in there, but from what I've spoken to the police, because I have to liaise with them about the protest, they were saying if they got the funds, it would take 18 months to train them anyway. So I don't know what she's talking about there. So yes, they're having to bust them in, loan them in from other areas, which I suppose in turn makes them areas short of police as well. It just hasn't been thought through.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, are you hopeful that if your demonstrations are effective, that they will just say, do you know what, this is more trouble than it's worth, let's just move them all out and put them somewhere else?
So, in short, no, I don't think the protests will completely stop it and change their mind, because for 12 weeks now we've had between 2,000 and 5,000, possibly 6,000 people on the street on last weekend. It was huge. Yeah. It's very hard to calculate, obviously, because if we don't ticket it, it's just a number, that we look at. I think they were going to do that. They would have done it, but this government aren't up for listening to the people. They're not serving the people they're supposed to be serving, right? Which is a real shame. I think it has to be changed in a different way at the ballot box, ultimately now. But I think it's really important that people still come out, voice their opinion, demonstrate peacefully and lawfully, and shame this government into what they're doing and show them up for what they actually are.
And I was speaking to someone on Monday who was down there on Sunday last weekend, and they said there wasn't actually a counter demonstration, which is quite surprising. So no lefties turning up to sort of tell you you're all racists.
No, we've not had a counter demonstration. We've had a couple of individuals, shall we say, show up. No, I don't know why that is. I don't know why we haven't had a counter protest. It's very unusual, but we welcome it. I don't ever understand what their counter protest is about. If I'm honest with you, it's local residents, local communities, parents, mothers, grandparents. Protest about the safety of their children, ultimately. So I never understand what the counter protest is about.
No, it doesn't make any sense, does it? It's like, let's bring in some people that we don't know who might be in a position to commit crime against your local community. Let's rally behind that. And you're kind of going, what? Why would you do that?
Let's advocate that, shall we? Let's advocate 540 unvetted, undocumented men. Look, we get it online. Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. A couple of messages have come in. One from someone saying that they understand that a couple of these migrants absconded at the weekend. I don't know if you know anything about that, do you?
So we believe they did. We've asked for information from the police, and that hasn't been forthcoming, which I think is really worrying. You know, like we don't have any trust in that now, unfortunately, because they're under a lot of pressure not to lose these migrants. Yeah, so they're not going to admit to it, and also they have 7 days to come back. And let's be honest, they're not coming back after a day, are they? They've gone.
No. That's ridiculous, isn't it? And I mean, the problem is, as somebody points out here from Jack, says, Liam, sadly, this government is incapable of shame. Epping went on for months and nothing changed. And in fact, even when the local council said that the hotel had to close down, the Bell Hotel, the Home Office overruled them, and they had to keep it open and keep the migrants in there.
Again, that's shameful, but at least Epping Council, I don't know too much about Epping Council, but at least they took them to court. Down here, we've got a Lib Dem Green Party coalition, and they have been absolutely shameful. You know, Rachel Milne and James Partridge, they should hang their head in shame.
Right.
They haven't updated the public, they haven't kept the public safe, and they've been very slow to react to it. You know, and they've given us no information whatsoever. And
do you know whether the local council's getting money out of this? I mean, will they be being paid by the Home Office perhaps to house these people?
Yeah, so they will get some money out of it. That came to light, and we questioned whether that would go into Crowborough directly, and they said it would go to Wilden Council, Wilden District. Wilden District is huge, so it might not even tackle the problem.
Right.
It won't tackle the problem. It doesn't matter how much money you're getting, it's not tackling the problem. The schools aren't set up for it. There's no large gates around it. Yeah. This is a very safe Middle England community.
Yeah.
It's not in a city. It's not a large town. It's a small rural town in Middle England. And there's picket fences around the nurseries. There's low fences around the schools, and people are scared. People are taking their children out of school. You know, this hasn't. They've had 12 weeks to set up, and we haven't seen anything. No change whatsoever. It's been left down to the locals to do. We've got a fast reactive response unit that have formed out of local volunteers that do a great job. Yeah, you know, we've got an action group that's taken Home Office to court. We've got Crabera Says No that has been successfully put on the protests, and there's been nothing from the local authority or anybody at all in support of us.
Right. Shocking, absolutely shocking. Well, Liam, listen, keep up the good work. We're with you all the way, and I'm sure we'll be reporting in on Monday from what happens on Sunday. So we'll maybe talk to you again then. But as I say, you certainly got the support of all the people here and the people watching formerly disused army barracks. It seems as though local people's views and local people's opinions don't matter. Absolutely shocking.